All right, we're just about ready to get into B West game here. Daxx just finishing off a match, and he's going to be co-casting with me, so I'm going to set him up real quick. But while we do that, let's take a look at the map selections here. So, coin toss was won by UuuuuuuuuU. They are deciding to go with first pick tonight in the first game of the evening. Map bans are as follows: Lurk Patrol taking away Battlefield of Eternity and Alterac Pass. UuuuuuuuU banning out Dragonshire and Hanamura. Map pick for the first game will be Infernal Shrines. Let's get Daxx up in here now. Hey Daxx, how's it going?
Hello. Hey,
Congrats on the
I'm
win.
sorry. Thank you.
I was sure you weren't going to be able to make it to the first game. I'm like, oh, they're really early. I'm watching your game go down. I'm like, wait, they're on core. He's going to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. And then I see what happened last time is I actually ended up getting asked. Nobody wanted to do the interview, so I was like wrangled into doing the interview as I was waiting. I made you wait for that one. So at least this time, Born decided to take that off of me. She knew that I had two casts right after this, but I'm excited.
Me too. We have really good matches to cast tonight. Both of the teams in their respective divisions kind of like right next to each other seed-wise. I mean, if you go look at the results right now or the point standings in these division, Lurk Patrol and UuuuuuuU both sitting at 15 points. So this is going to kind of determine the top dog for Division B West. And then the game we're casting right after this, Resurgence of the Storm versus Team Rainbow Strike Go, they're both sitting 3rd and 4th place in their respective division. So another like very close match ready to go. Let's see if these teams are ready. I'm going to let them know we're ready.
Yeah, Infernal Shrines, one of my, I think my favorite map. I love this map. It was banned from us last in our match tonight. Not getting to play that one. We have a good strategy on this map, but looking for a good matchup here. You know, but I know a lot of names in this chat here. So, like you said, some good people and some good matches ahead of us.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm so excited. I've been excited for this match for like 3 weeks now. Ever since like the division standing started to like slowly kind of figure out who's top dog, this was the one that was always like, watch out for the Lurk Patrol UuuuuuuU game. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised this didn't make it to Game of the Week. I know at least announced it as. I think they've kind of floated away from that. They used to try and pick these bigger games and make them a focal point during the week. But with Storm Division, I think a lot of the love is heading that way. But lucky for you, it is here. Looks like we got a decent amount of people here to watch Game 1 here, and I'm excited to get in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know again that we're ready. I think we're just waiting for the UuuuuuUs to all be set to go, but yeah, I appreciate everyone coming to tune in and watch this game. I am so freaking excited to see how this goes. All right. Yeah, I think we're just waiting on UuuuuuU, and then we'll be getting into game number 1. So Infernal Shrines, you're saying that's your favorite map, Daxx. Why is that?
It is, it's got a little bit of every single element, I think, of the map in here. It's got these force team fights on the objective, but it's got, it's not a wide open one, kind of like, say, Hanamura or Cursed Hollow, where you can kind of poke from afar. It's got these pit fights, allowing for good wombo combos, as well as, some good siege pressure. If any Sylvanas players here, I know, I think maybe one or two that I know of, at least in this game here. But yeah, it's just an all-around, good map, and it's just a lot of good games back and forth. It's not as snowbally as some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what we're waiting on here.
So it looks like Slex peed her pants. Throwing that out there.
Quick cleanup and she'll be back.
Yeah, right? Just wear a diaper. That's what I do.
Oh, gross.
Fair. Very fair.
Just when I think it's going to stay cool out and it starts to cool off in our area, all of a sudden the heat's back again. I hate it. All right, we do have the readies coming out from UuuuuuuU here. I believe Lurk Patrol has been ready to go for a while now.
They are ready.
So we're going to be getting into game number 1 here in just a moment. In case you missed out what's happening here, we are going to Infernal Shrines. Coin toss was won by UuuuuuuuU. They decided to bring us, decided for first pick. So here we go. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah. So what do you like to see? Drafting, we're heading into draft here. What do you like on this map, Jazz?
Something that's good for clearing the objective, obviously. So some kind of mage with AoE is always decent just to get the skeletal defenders cleared up easier. Sonya is pretty good for an offlaner because she can just spin and heal off objective at important times. You know, even picking up a Sylvanas is not too bad either if you manage to win the objective, because you can shut down those forts and towers and stuff to push with the Punisher. And then some kind of tank that can really capitalize off the Punisher jump. So any kind of follow-up CC onto that jump to secure kills with it.
Yeah, I mean, just playing games with you, Jazzy, you know, the one thing that I try and focus on there is, you know, taking down that sidewall so you can follow up. Now, I do like LEORIC. You are able to get that into post 10 to follow that up, as well as maybe ripping the shield if you can. But Raynor's one of my favorite heroes to play. Just really good on the, you know, he can go Exterminator at 1 and, you know, just solo this objective, as well as just, you know, push hard as possible.
We're going to see Lucio taken away from, or banned out by UuuuuuuU. Lurk Patrol taking away the Artanis. That one definitely a target ban onto Untitled.
Yeah, well known. But, you know, the nice thing is like, you know, having your heroes banned 100% of the time allows you to, you know, kind of get comfy on other heroes, which, you know, is a good, you know, is a good deterrent. You know, the enemy team doesn't want to face it, but at the same time, you know, they're wasting a ban on something like that. Really helps your team.
You see the Imperius ban coming out from UuuuuuU here. Imperius just, even with the nerfs that he's gotten, still feels really strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's not enough for the Q build. I mean, he gets the shield and the burst damage on that Q, and I think that they just need to get rid of one or the other. And unfortunately, I think that's going to probably change his playstyle. We may go back to just you know, the wave clear. I wish they would just bake that wave clear talent in, just make it a button that you can like either choose to single attack or wave clear, maybe a quicker cooldown on it, and then maybe give a little other options on that. But yeah.
Well, that is going to be Coffee locking in the D.Va here. We've seen Coffee play D.Va a couple times now with UuuuuuU, and he can be pretty slippery. Like, there was times last time we saw him on D.Va that he was 1v5ing the enemy team and managing to survive, while his teammates kind of found value elsewhere on the map. He was creating space, you know?
Yeah, you know, he is getting that KAEL'THAS ban, just a really oppressive hero if you can play that hero as well. So there goes that. But opting to, like I said, get Coffee on that D.Va. You know, we did cast, it wasn't UuuuuuU. I think he subbed for the Careless Badgers. Did really well on the D.Va. That was, I think that was even post rework. I think it was Tuesday last week. You know, so, you know, still really strong hero. So we'll see, you know, be able to create the space, like you said, with the bomb, with the Q. And then the Brightwing, like I've had this discussion like with a good amount of people that just, you know, casting these upper division teams, like I see Brightwing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it last week a ton, and I'll say it again this week. I feel like she's viable now. I mean, I used to hate on her a lot. I never was really excited, but I think especially with the Gladiators medallion and everybody having a self-cleanse, she can work. She's also one of those healers that, you know, sounds like it's easy to play, but really playing her well brings her to a whole other level, knowing when to use your trait to like get those, I don't know, it's not really a cleanse, but onto like slows and roots, and when to use your phase shift and when to be off soaking and then joining in with a phase shift, or when to properly use your spell armor polymorph. Like, it's just all the decisions you make on her can make or break team fights.
So we're gonna see, let's see, Sonya is still available here. It looks like we do have Hyde F. Is Hyde F in here? No, Hyde F is not in here. I'm trying to take a peek here. I'm trying to get all my notes pulled up. because I am a terrible co-caster. Always running behind, it seems. But LEORIC and Chromie, love that pickup. Chromie is still really good, up in the upper echelons. I know we've talked a time or two. It's usually Vision, but LEORIC can get the double soak. He can solo this objective. A lot of siege pressure coming out from HANZO and Chromie. So they get a couple picks onto UuuuuuuuuU here. They can just leave the LEORIC to do his own thing and pre-push a lane or split push somewhere else.
KAEL'THAS and Rain are getting locked in now for the side of UuuuuuuU. Yeah, no, I'm not too surprised with these picks here. We've seen Big Bird play HANZO in the past, so there's a chance that Lurk Patrol locked in that HANZO early enough to deny it from UuuuuuuU. And that's going to force him onto something a little less, flair, But
yeah,
but I think it'll still work. Yeah.
But I mean, Coffee showing a 75% win rate on the KAEL'THAS. We may get a swap here, but he's been playing that diva. Not that Yuna can't play KAEL'THAS as well, but I mean he's just fluent on both those heroes, so it could go either which way. But it looks like he's going to hold on to that diva here as we roll into game number 1.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Yuna play the diva, but I know that she does play KAEL'THAS, so I wasn't surprised there that she's holding on to that. I'm interested to see whether Chromie ends up going temporal loop or if she goes with the slowing sands into this match. I think that with the Gladiators medallion, there's more opportunities for teams to cleanse themselves out of a temporal loop, but that's still like on a 5-minute cooldown, and it's pretty easy to kind of keep track of when it's down to be able to catch a target if you pay attention. But here we are, game number 1 of our best of 3 series between UuuuuuuU and Lurk Patrol. On the left-hand side, we have Untitled on the KAEL'THAS, Pang playing the Joanna, Slexia on the Brightwing, Big Bird on the Rainer, and Coffee on Diva.
All right, and for Lurk Patrol on the right-hand side, we have Ace on that Chromie, Gunny on the HANZO, Ektar picking up Stukov, Nate on the ETC, and Harnock on LEORIC.
Step into the dojo.
Lots of people in chat cheering for these teams tonight. It's fun to see.
I love the support. Yeah, like these games just turn out so much better when there's a crowd following either one of these teams.
So looks like both teams kind of setting up for that little mid brawl at the early game here. Polymorph going out onto the ETC here. He is caught a little bit back, but he's going to be able to power slide out of here, make his way to safety. LEORIC.
Right, yep, I was just going to say that. LEORIC's going to, okay, we're going to see a pause here. Looks like Slex lost a little bit of an internet connection there, but yeah, LEORIC going to jump up here and push this lane out a bit.
When it's like a super serious game, there's going to be some pauses. It's just inevitable. There has to be, right?
Yeah, like it's not. There's no like. Oh, it's like quick PC. I was say at the time I turned around.
Do a countdown and I'll unpause.
Okay.
Oh wait, can you talk in chat?
I'm an observer. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, as we were saying, LEORIC already up in that top lane, now trying to stall Diva on her rotation here, try and get her to miss a couple globes of XP. But she does manage to walk by, get that soak. She maybe missed one just from showing up a little bit late there. And the rest of the team just doing a 4-man rotation between mid and bottom. We do have those siege camps now up and available for the teams to take here.
Yeah, and we're going to see Consume Vitality on that LEORIC here. Going to get, he's going to hit that 4% max health healing in these pit fights with every Q land he can get here. I like the pickup here. Usually you see Ossian Renewal, or Ossian Renewal, however you say it. But yeah, I like the pickup here.
Both teams managing to get their siege camp out. Lurk Patrol a little bit ahead of UuuuuuuU, so they're going to push in this mid lane and have a bit more pressure going on here. Pang is posturing in this bush to watch these rotations. Chromie does have that time trap there to use if needed as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom, it's 3v2 for now in favor of UuuuuuU. We now have Gunny joining the fight down here with HANZO. And that bottom siege camp may be the next thing that these teams are going to have their eye on.
Yeah, Pang a little slow on the rotation here. FPS Nate just doing a great job stepping up and just kind of pressing the issue for the team, seeing Pang in that mid lane, not having the front line, but they still have that camp to deal with as they just sit here bottom. So Big Bird just doing the best to get vision for the team, but up comes Nate here to anchor in this bush. The slide is ready.
That's going to be a siege camp going over to the side of Lurk Patrol. Pang deciding to stay mid, get some soak there, push that camp forward a bit, meaning they didn't have a front line to contest that bottom camp, and now he's getting a little bit rotated on here. Brightwing coming in with a phase shift to try and save him. Getting power slid herself. Is going to pop her trait and try to survive here, but this is going to be first blood going over in favor of Lurk Patrol. The pick on the Brightwing there.
Yeah, that slow was extremely painful to watch there on poor Brightwing. Even popping, the spell shield to even kind of get a speed boost there, and just was unfortunately not able to get out there.
I wonder if we're going to be seeing Brightwing pick up Emerald Wind or Blink Heal at level 10. I feel like just what happened there, a Blink Heal might save her life in situations a little bit better.
Yeah, it could be the mosh pit counter there. I would assume it's going to be an Entomb here, to be able to Z and then maybe push back the LEORIC to allow whoever is stuck in that Entomb to escape.
You don't want to be in that Entomb at level 20, but
no.
Let's see what's going on in this fight here. We do have Big Bird getting quite low here, getting focused down. Does pop the Unstoppable, looking to run away. The Spell Armor going out to give him speed boost, but he does fall here. ETC stuck now in the back line with that Diva Bomb going out. 29-17 on Skeletal Defenders right now. We do have that ETC polymorphed in the side of UuuuuuuuU, but he is going to be able to get out. We do have Brightwing popping her phase shift with the silence underneath, is getting kind of chunked down here, and does get picked off by the Hanzo. Coffee going back in, looking to get those last two Skeletal Defenders for UuuuuuuU so that they can secure this objective, but it's a close race, 38-35. They do manage to find those though. UuuuuuuuuU probably going to fall here for that, unfortunately. Gunny getting low as well, but he's going to jump over the wall. Coffee's going to secure the kill here, and this Punisher is going to start jumping on the side of Lurk Patrol.
Yeah, not a bad trade there. It will be a 2-for-1, but Brightwing already back going to be able to Z in here and push something if she wanted to, but they're going to just kind of let Big Bird just poke this down a little bit. He's got to be careful there for members standing right there for the side of Lurk Patrol. But then Pang just doing a fantastic job getting this soak in the bot lane. They're going to head their way to the Little Goat Men camp. And same thing on the side of Lurk Patrol.
So all in all, Lurk Patrol, even though they lost that objective, they got enough kills. They're now sitting up on XP, slightly ahead here. Not anything too drastic so far, but if they continue with the way that they've been playing this macro game and getting that bottom camp, as well as their siege camps and the rotations that they've been finding, you're going to see that XP lead start to, really favor Lurk Patrol.
Yeah, they're doing a great job zoning out Slex and bullying her to the point where she has to either leave or die. And that might be, just let it, because, we've seen it time and time again of teams banning the Brightwing against Lexia. So it could be their strategy coming into this game to let her have, gonna have the slide, gonna have the Hanzo arrow.
Getting caught here once again, so keeping an eye on the rotation, but all 5 members of Lurk Patrol kind of hanging around here. He does get pretty chunked down. Hanzo, meanwhile, went bottom to check out this camp here. Big Bird and Slexia on that right now, but there is a rotation coming out from Lurk Patrol. They are chasing him off here, and Power Slide coming out from ETC is going to connect onto Raynor, and they're going to find a pick right there. And now I'm seeing that XP lead that I was talking about, is really close when we were saying, but they're now a whole level up, getting those picks there and managing to take that bottom camp.
Yep, and we will see Q quest getting completed there just about 5 minutes in, so nicely done by Gunny there on the Hanzo.
It does look like LEORIC is really holding his own in this top lane here. He's constantly having it pushed out and forcing a lot of damage onto this front wall keep. We have a rotation now coming out onto this Diva. Does have the mech explosion up. Unfortunately, that silence going to stop him from popping it, and they're going to get the pick onto Diva here. Start to siege this top lane a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe not rotate onto this Bruiser camp. Pang kind of getting himself surrounded here, but he does have the protection of the fort. We're going to see Harrock step up a little bit, but down 10s. They do have 10s now. I thought we were going to see the invade onto the Bruiser camp there.
Really feels like Lurk Patrol's communication is on point in this game. Anytime they see an opportunity to rotate onto somebody that is by themselves, they call it and go for it, even if it's a Joanna. See, they're doing it again in this bottom lane. UuuuuuuuuU getting entombed and just a bunch of damage being dumped out onto her, and they're going to get the pick onto her here as well.
Yeah, I think Lurk Patrol has been a team, someone in the chat may know, I think they've been a team for quite some time. So, you kind of see that continuity, you can kind of get things done without having to say anything versus some of these newer teams that are kind of learning their way. But, Uuuuuuuuu's doing a fantastic job. New team this season playing as well as they are in this division. So, it's still early game yet. Both teams, 11's online, pre-13 fight here. Pang is stepping up, looking for this. He's going to step up onto Johanna, going to pop the condemned. And here comes Etar with the flailing swipe.
Yeah, that mech explosion getting knocked off the point really messed up the invasion that they were going for here. LEORIC is in the back line now trying to get some damage out, but he's going to get picked off himself. So 1-0 so far in this team fight. Coffee in the back line just kind of knocking everyone around. We do have the arrow coming out from HANZO, but it does not connect onto any members of UuuuuuuuU.
And that's going to be Coffee's job all game, is he's going to have to jump back onto that Chromie and just be in her face all game. They're not going to be able to let her just kind of stand back, on the coast of Africa and just dump damage onto the entire team. And same thing with HANZO, just a lot of poke damage they can poke from their safety in these pit fights.
Well, LEORIC is back up now, so this is a 5v5. Mosh is up and available for ETC to use here, as well as that Entomb, and we just saw the Entomb going down. Did not quite connect onto any members of UuuuuuuU. Hyperion being popped by the Rainer. That's going across here, and we see the phase shift coming out from right wing. Coffee getting a little bit chunked in the back line here. He is going to drop out of that mech. Power slide going forward. Doesn't quite catch him, but he does get caught in the time trap.
And that will save his life there. Just great job by Coffee, just, seeing which lane he can take to get out of there. Almost every single ult was used in that team fight. No kills.
39-21. They need one more skeletal defender. Just one more.
It looks like UuuuuuuuU is going to run in here. She's going to in for this. They see it coming. Harnock maybe not going to rotate out on here. Can she get a flame strike down on here? Oh my goodness, not enough.
There they go. They do manage to find it there.
Second Punisher, back-to-back Punishers in favor of UuuuuuuU.
Again, though,
these teams are delivering.
They won the objective, but they're still down XP, and they actually lost a fort for that because that bruiser cam pushing top the entire time. Look at this. It's on the front wall of the top keep now. They're not going to have their entire team for the push here, and they're defending it as a 5-man on the side of Lurk Patrol.
Yeah, they need to at least get some value. They're just going to let this thing run into the fort. They're going to get the wall here, but Pang is going to get slid on there, but he's going to be able to pop unstoppable and rotate out of here. But Coffee is doing their best, trying to get 13s online for the team. We're going to see them try and paint the map blue here if they can. But like you said, those early picks, for the picks in the early game, 5-kill lead, 7-2 here in favor of Lurk Patrol, really giving them the XP lead.
They do manage to grab their siege camp. Now they're rotating down, looking at the siege camp in bottom. 4 members here to help out with the pickup of that camp, but all 5 members of Lurk Patrol are not too far away. They are going to get that, though.
Yep, another 500 some experience in favor of UuuuuuuU there, so that will help out that as well. I mean, even if we look at the offlane here, I mean, Coffee is doing a 200 experience points over the LEORIC, so it's not a matter of what a diva can keep up or not. I think it's just, like you said, these 5 kills. So maybe try and catch somebody out on a rotation here if possible.
Yeah, and I think what UuuuuuuU really needs to keep an eye on is those rotations going forward. They need to be communicating when there's people missing, because they've been doing these excellent rotations on the side of Lurk Patrol all game and just catching the people that are alone in lane. We've seen it happen a handful of times already. And we're going to see it right now. They're looking at that diva. ETC coming in on the flank for her. The rest of the team, though, realizes what's going on and is rotating up to mid as well to match them there. Diva going back top here to catch the soak as LEORIC was there pushing in that lane. The bruiser camp on the side of UuuuuuuU is up and available to take, but I imagine they're going to want to cap that closer to objective so it's pushing out top.
All right, they could delay the cap here. We should see this objective coming online here in about 30 seconds. Focusing on the mid lane, both walls about half health here in the mid lane. So either which way, but Coffee's going to do his best to push this lane out. And I like to put focus on the the lane, whatever lane it is. The push lane out of the objective there, so you can kind of gain vision of that bottom middle.
So
vision little bush there.
UuuuuuuU did go ahead and cap that bruiser camp right now, so that's pushing top. Leo already starting to clear that up, but that means they're going to have this cleared up before objective, and likely Lurk Patrol is going to have another bruiser camp pushing during objective. I mean, they just need to be a little bit careful about when they're taking these camps and timings, because if they can't, you know, if they don't have a camp counter pushing the side of Lurk Patrol, they're gonna lose more structures.
Yeah, but I think they're just trying to catch up. You know, I mean, like it could be just a tactical camp grab to, you know, push themselves a little bit closer to that 16s. You know, almost a full level lead now in favor of Lurk Patrol, but Pang going to step up, going to condemn the Unstoppable, going to get popped out onto Nate. A lot of the poison damage coming out onto him, the sleep and the silence and the flame strike, but not enough. He is about half health. Harnack going to rotate down here for the objective.
They need to be careful though. They just hit level 16s. They didn't quite have it yet when they went for that engage, and they're now just slowly picking up those level 16 talents. They are choosing to clear up that bruiser camp first, which is going to give Lurk Patrol quite a big lead on the objective here for Skeletal Defenders. The rotation is coming down now onto the objective. We do have that mech explosion from the D.Va up and available to use, kind of zone them out here. And that slowing stands dropped on the side of UuuuuuuuuU. Power slide going out onto the Rainer with the silence and just all the follow-up damage was deleted, nothing to do. We have the Entomb connecting onto a couple members of UuuuuuuU, but unfortunately the ETC getting caught in there, and then the back line as well. Mech explosion used by the D.Va. Flailing Swipe coming out to knock that back. ETC landing that power slide onto the Joanna, and she's going to fall here as well. That's 2-0 in favor of Lurk Patrol for this objective.
Oh my goodness, that is 2. Okay, and we'll see the HANZO layer coming out onto Slexi, the sounds underneath her feet. Not going to be able to wiggle out of there. But that was 2 great mosh pit interrupts on the side of UuuuuuuU there. I mean, unfortunately, they did lose 3 members there, but it could have been far, far worse in favor of Lurk Patrol, who will get there first, which they're going to do the big brain play here. Hold it at 39. They're going to paint the map red, get some more macro pressure in these lanes. It is a Mortar Punisher this time, so, you know, UuuuuuU, it's not as bad. They will probably lose the first fort of the game here. I'm sorry, second. The top one is down here. But structurally wise, I mean, the bot 4 on the side of Lurk Patrol is about half health, so they can catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah, they are going to take those 2 siege camps in the mid to help kind of pressure this mid fort and keep potentially here. Punisher sitting at 55% health. Power slide going out from the ETC doesn't connect. Punisher's going to jump onto the Joanna. We have the silence and an Entomb coming up now to try and get some damage out onto that Joe. Another interrupt on the Mosh for ETC, this time going on to full cooldown. Coffee in the back line trying to create some space for his team, but ultimately he's going to fall here.
Yeah, not losing too much. We're going to see the slide coming out onto Pang. Pang's going to be okay. Going to get stuck into that silence root combo from the Chromie and the ETC. Really detrimental there. But the HANZO arrow going to come out there. Kind of getting some poked out coming out there. But Slex is getting everybody topped off. They got the wells. And, you know, not too bad. Only losing, you know, that fort and a part of a keep wall here. But they got a nice wave top that's going to have to be dealt with Coffee Dead. We'll see Pang rotate up onto that as well. As we see Lurk Patrol rotating down here on this bottom goat camp. Maybe cut this wave a little bit more.
And here's the thing, they're going to hit 20 real soon, and UuuuuuuU is really far off from hitting it. So I feel like they need to kind of force something before that level 20 comes online for Lurk Patrol. Otherwise, they're going to be waiting a really long time, probably giving up the next objective, just looking to get, you know, same talent tiers.
Absolutely. They're looking to pick a fight here. Pang's going to step up. Unstoppable is going to be popped. Ektar putting the silence underneath his feet, but it is not enough. Pang is just doing a great job just living on his back line. He's going to get the flailing swipe to get, you know, disengaged. But in comes Coffee to re-engage for the team. Pang getting healed up and condemning. There's a bunch of shift is going to come out. Ektar getting awfully low. Ping's going to come out 4 onto Ektar. Down comes the Phoenix. Ektar's still low. Silence going to come out. And Ektar is still living. He is going to live with sub 100 health there and 2 kills in favor of Lurk Patrol.
Here's the Entomb onto Rainer now. Chromie following up with the damage. Lexia trying to do what she can to save him, but is going to get caught in the mosh pit from the ETC. Does get interrupted. She's looking to walk out here, but unfortunately, that damage from the HANZO picking her off here. 4-0 in favor of Lurk Patrol. Yeah,
LEORIC is, as LEORIC is down. I mean, HANZO can do this as well. You know, it's. Yeah, this may be game here unless
Lurk
if
Patrol was making it impossible for the DPS of UuuuuuuU to step up to try and finish off any of those kills. You had the tank and D.Va in so deep, and the rest of the Lurk Patrol on your backline, they couldn't even get past the ETC and the LEORIC to try and get those picks that they needed to get. They kind of just got abandoned.
And down will go, it looks like, the first keep of the game in favor of Lurk Patrol. Nate gonna slide out of there, eating a lot of those living bombs from the KAEL'THAS, though. Gonna step up. Coffee is holding that Diva bomb, but he could use that for the objective. Maybe, delay it a little bit, maybe to see right before, 20 to delay it a little bit for the team and re-engage.
Lurk Patrol just once again starting to paint that map red, picking up the siege camp here on the side of UuuuuuuuU. Setting up for the rotation, catching them here. Power Slide goes out, doesn't connect, but the Entomb does on the Rainer. It's that Silence Entomb upgrade now. We have the Hanzo arrow coming out to help secure that kill. Brightwing trying to get the phase shift off to save Rainer, but it's not enough. He is going to fall here. Level 20 is still not online for the side of UuuuuuuU. It's looking a little bit rough for them right now.
Yeah, without this keep here, it will be tough for them. This is a frozen Punisher, so, I mean, bad news for Lurk Patrol. I mean, there is no keep to shut down, but does get all of the stuns out here as we see Gunny rotate on the goat camp here. And, halfway to 20s, we're going to see, Nate just keeping vision here. Uuuuuuuuu's going to miss on that gravity lapse, trying to get rid of that. We're going to see Chromie coming in with the vision, so they know UuuuuuuU is up here, so them to be able to freely just capture this objective here.
Yeah, ETC just not afraid at all. I mean, you had 4 members of UuuuuuuU sitting there. They could have kind of turned on him and used some CC to try and knock him down. But I don't know if they're just too afraid. They didn't have the Blessed Shield up, so it makes them a little bit harder to lock down here. But they do hit their level 20s, and they have this Punisher now heading straight through bottom lane without a keep for the defense. So I think it's going to be kind of tricky for UuuuuuuU to defend this one. But let's see how it plays out. The Punisher does leap onto the Joanna, pops her trait, it goes unstoppable. They kite it to mid-fort to try and take a little bit of damage off that, but the rest of Lurk Patrol already eyeing the core here. Pan getting quite low phase shift coming out from the Brightwing, but they're stuck in that rooted silence now, being hit by the Stukov. Big Bird in the back line, trying to get some damage onto that Chromie. He's going to get Entombed, followed up by the arrow from Hanzo, and down he goes. One member down.
Does get picked out there. That is a lot of their immortal burn here, but should be doing okay. Leska's doing a great job just trying to burn this immortal as fast as possible and tanking a lot of options. She is really low. Coffee is going to pop the bomb to maybe finish out this Punisher, but the core is down to 65% and going down. Gunny really low as well. Down goes the Punisher. Ain't going to be able to step up here. Does have a good dam up to peel for Coffee. Gunny is awfully low as well, and we will see the core remain at 49 health. What a defense from UuuuuuuU.
Managing to hold on for the moment, getting that pick onto Stukov, making a 4v4 onto the 4 and clearing up that Punisher. Really good job. And they have their Bruiser Camp pushing top lane right now as well. So they did manage to grab a fort there. And it's something that Lurk Patrol is going to have to back up to clean up here.
Yeah, they, UuuuuuU has to watch this bot lane. They already have one catapult there, the goat camp pushing in as well, and then just another and another, just turret after turret just going to be rotating into that bot lane onto their keep there.
All members up now for both teams here. It's going to be tough for UuuuuuU. They're going to have to constantly be clearing out this bottom lane. Next objective is spawning top 2, so that's the other side of the map. And you're going to have Katas spawning in every single wave for the side of Lurk Patrol, which means they really need to take this next fight and make it decisive, not drag it on too long. Otherwise, they're going to have a lot of pressure on their core.
Yeah, they need some, at least a win condition here. They're going to try and open up Coffee. They're just pushing here a little bit to maybe try and get this fort down. But, going to peel off. They got to deal with that camp top. Next Punisher is going to be top here within about a minute or so. So we're going to see them just push out that bot lane as far as possible. And same with mid. That keep is about half health as we see them in lanes pushing top.
If they were able to take that bottom fort, at least they'd have those periodic Katas spawning in their ways to kind of counter push the Katas that are spawning every wave on the side of Lurk Patrol. To give them a little teeny bit more space in these next objective fight coming up here. It does look like Lurk Patrol is going to pick up their siege camp in the mid, create a little bit more pressure in the mid lane for UuuuuuU, who already has a wave at their front wall almost.
Blue team's core is under attack.
The game just keeps going. Blue team's core is under attack. Like,
I thought I was over here now. I was like, there's nothing there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Some invisible minion, I guess. I don't know.
Just PTSD on the announcer here. He's just
Yeah.
he's just afraid for the blue.
This is objective spawning in here. They do have this siege camp to clear out mid. Bottom lane has two katas with a third one following up shortly here. Where?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Something's
Looking
wrong.
into the future here, yeah.
It's about to be, though. With these katas pushing onto core, Yuna's going to stay behind here, get that cleaned up a little bit, and then I expect her to join the team fight here. They don't want to go into this quite yet without the KAEL'THAS, and Lurk Patrol can see that. I mean, she's showing in the bottom wave right now. They're aware that they don't have the KAEL'THAS with them. If I was to, you know, maybe the Brightwing could have stayed bottom to clean up so she can phase shift in.
If I was Lurk Patrol, I would try maybe an engage onto this. I mean, both teams playing it very safe, not wanting to throw this match this late in the game.
This is what I'm saying, though. UuuuuuuuuU needs to make this a quick fight because, look, they have katas heading straight for their core now. So if they stall this out for way too long or take their time here, their core is going to start getting damaged. But it is going to be Lurk Patrol getting the pick onto Brightwing there with the beautiful Entomb followed up by the HANZO arrow. UuuuuuuuuU getting quite low. ETC just in the back line once again, zoning out the members of UuuuuuuU. Pang getting chunked there by the Chromie. Does have that level 20 upgrade to proc the shields here. But he has nothing left here. They do, yeah, they get the pick on a HANZO, and both teams looking kind of low. D.Va just in this back line trying to find something. But no mech explosion right now, and he just ate all of Chromie's Dragon Breath, getting knocked into the silence. He's going to use his little roll out of there, but Chromie going to connect the Q onto him. He's going to get picked off. Here comes the Mosh. Unstoppable pop by Raynor, but he wasn't able to walk out of that. And he is going to get picked off here. So this is a 3-for-1 in favor of Lurk Patrol. And look at their mid keep on the side of UuuuuuuU going down here. And I believe that was a little bit of core damage as well, as it's sitting at 39%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a couple catapults. The minion wave did take care of it, but there was 2 catapults there, just getting chunked away as Leska backed. So about losing some shields and about 10% more health on this core, and I think this might be GG here.
Yeah, still another 30 seconds till the rest of the members of UuuuuuuU are up for the defense here. It's going to be another tricky one, and both their keeps this time down, meaning that they're going to have katas to worry about pushing in here with this Punisher in the other lanes. HANZO does have that.
Here comes the arrow from across the map. Not going to happen. The unstoppable pop by Johanna, not being able to receive any follow-up stuns from this Mortal Punisher. But down goes the final keep for UuuuuuuU. Lee's going to come out onto KAEL'THAS, and he is just not long for this world. Pain's going to step up and try and disengage for the team a little bit as this Mortal Punisher with about 3/4 health marches towards the core. The team is doing a great job just trying to take aggro from this Punisher, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Pang about half health, going to be able to blind everybody. But here comes the Entomb out onto that ETC, kind of gets stuck in there, but Death Mosh going to come out. There goes Brightwing dancing her little heart off, going to be able to pop, but she goes down as well. But down goes Chromie, the E going to come out, and there is GG. Game 1 going over to Lurk Patrol.
If I had to say, I would think that Lurk Patrol did their homework on this team. They target banned and picked up all the heroes that they felt were threatening from the side of UuuuuuuU, and it worked out pretty well for them in game number 1. Let's take a look at this match summary really quick here.
Yeah, kills 22-7 in favor of Lurk Patrol there. I didn't think it got up to the 22 mark, but a lot of these team fights just ended up in almost full team wipes for Lurk Patrol there.
Look at the damage coming out from the side of Lurk Patrol as well. Both the Chromie and HANZO almost hitting 80k damage, which is almost a whole 20k over the highest damage on the side of UuuuuuU. And that's a lot of damage for Brightwing to keep up with.
Yeah, and then like you said, they
the
did a
healing.
great job. Yeah, I mean, Stukov just, almost doubling Brightwing's damage. I mean, 6 deaths from the Brightwing, so they just did a great job, like I said earlier in the match, zoning her off and just, targeting her so that way she can't get the Z's off. She's not going to be able to top anybody off to, keep them in the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, several times Stukov was just landing those silences anytime she decided to phase shift in to go for that save. which really put herself and the target she was trying to heal up in a pretty sticky situation. But man, those numbers, 133k healing. That's insane.
Yeah, on a Stukov, I mean, he went the normal build that you kind of normally see is the E build. They kind of nerfed that. That was his go-to build, way back when, and that still seems to be the same one. But yeah, just one good spread, and just I still just want to jump back to that team fight where he was like 100 health and just putting that silence underneath his feet, and just unfortunately, UuuuuuuuuuU just not able to secure that kill. And they devoted so much into that team fight, and I think that's just kind of where it was maybe the downfall there.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it doesn't look like a close game, and I mean, all in all, it was very favored for Lurk Patrol, but I will say that UuuuuuuuU quite capable of holding on. They brought this game to, level 23, level 24, really made Lurk Patrol work for it. So I wouldn't count them down and out yet. I think there's a chance that they could get a game on Lurk Patrol still, even though this first game appeared to be a little bit more one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, their resolve, like you said, their resolve was fantastic, not letting it get them down. They pushed and pushed and pushed as hard as they could, down multiple talent tiers, to catch back up and win some team fights and try and just push the lanes out. Unfortunately, just towards the end there, just, there's not enough time in these maps.
Yeah, I think we're going to see UuuuuuuU putting a little bit more priority on getting those comfort picks locked in the early game, not leaving, Big Bird or Yuna to locking in. I think they were the last two people to lock in. Yeah, just getting them on stuff we typically see them play more often. But Lurk Patrol is doing a good job of banning away and taking the things that they know UuuuuuU is good at playing, and they're executing those heroes just as well as UuuuuuU would. So I'm interested to see where we're going for this next game, how the bans go out, and what ends up getting picked up.
Yeah, I mean, when you get up in these upper echelons of the divisions, and even this late in the season, you kind of have to, it's like kind of like a double-edged sword, because, you see what the teams are playing. You don't necessarily, unless you dig a little bit onto the page on what, is banned against them, on what you don't need to let through. So a lot of times you kind of focus on, what you need to ban from what they've been playing. But like you said, Lurk Patrol did a great job doing their homework there, and just kind of putting, UuuuuuuU on the heroes that they wanted them on. So we may see the opt for the first pick here. Well, they had first pick last game, I believe, right? That was a map pick by Lurk Patrol.
UuuuuuuU had first pick last game, took the Diva.
Yeah, they took the
so
Diva.
The map was picked by Lurk Patrol.
So, maybe they have a strategy on a specific map, putting some time into it, maybe just taking a breather here. Sometimes, you kind of take that for granted. We want to push all these games through. But just, the mental health check of it, what I mean? Just kind of, tensions run high. These are, competitive players in a competitive environment. It's not to say that, things are being said or whatever, but, it can get a little tensious sometimes. So get the breather, get the potty break, the bio break in there. Any smokers, get that in there as well. Come back, clear your mind, and maybe make some decisions here while we wait.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about just like the nervousness, and I know that some of the members are a little nervous to play this team because it's been a match that's been hyped up for a couple weeks now, is this pairing between Lurk Patrol and UuuuuuuU. And, that really starts to like, it makes you nervous when people are like, this is the match, this is the big one to watch. Like, you don't miss this one. You'll be doing yourself a disservice if you miss this one. So, I mean, that definitely makes people nervous.
Yeah, and I'm always heavily caffeinated, so like it just makes it worse because I do have anxiety, so I'm heavily caffeinated, which doesn't help my anxiety. And then going into these games, I'm a nervous wreck usually. The first thing I'm clicking all over the place, and just it's it's something that happens that I tend to just kind of able to overcome at times. But we're all here to enjoy these two teams, two titans of the division, 1 and 2, could seed out, the number 1 spot for playoffs here as we round out the tail end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys watch the 323 show, but I always try to tune in and see what teams are standing where in what divisions. And this one, Lurk Patrol, UuuuuuuuuU, and Better Than Bots all sitting up in that A seed. But this match is going to determine who gets moved up to the S tier and who's going to stay in the A seed.
Yeah, I mean, just taking a peek at it here, Lurk Patrol and UuuuuuuuU both with 15 points, essentially tied for first place here. 12 games won on Lurk Patrol, but to 11 for UuuuuuuU. But, Uuuuuuuu's got the 4 dominations on everybody they played this season, and Lurk Patrol only getting 3. So, losing a map here or there. I think, and like you said, Better Than Bots come at the tail end with 14 points. So, if this game goes to a 3, if Better Bots can, dominate whatever next match they have this week.
Well, Better Than Bots beat UuuuuuuU. So it's very close. Like, that top division of B West is just very close in points and, skill level and teams and everything, because you have, UuuuuuuU sitting in, tied for first with Lurk Patrol, but they've lost to Better Than Bots, who's sitting in that 3rd place position right now. So, it's all just anyone's, win at the end of the day.
Yeah, and just, a great job. I mean, it's, other than you and, NGS, and I don't dabble with Heroes Lounge too much. I'm sure their placements are better than Blizzard's as well. But just hats off to, the seeding this season. I know, like, even down in the dumpster div where I'm at, it's a pretty close race up at the top here. I think it will be a 3-way tie as of tonight. 14 points between 3 teams. Fortunately for us, we did beat the other 2 teams, so I think we have the tiebreaker there. But just really competitive divisions this season.
Well, let's take a look at these map selections real quick here. The lobby is up, so we're going to be getting into game number 2 here in just a moment. It does look like UuuuuuU is opting to go for first pick after losing the first game of the evening, giving map pick over to the side of Lurk Patrol, who is bringing us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. If you're curious about those map bans that happened earlier, Dragonshire, Hanamura banned out by UuuuuuU, Battlefield of Eternity, Alterac Pass being banned out by Lurk Patrol. I'm going to go ahead and tell them that we're ready when they are.
I am ready. I am hoping and praying for a dirty bathtub combo here. It's a good LEORIC map. It's good to see Orphea on this map as well. She has a decent amount of wave clear, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I saw your dirty bathtub earlier.
But you know what? But he did take it. He takes Crushing Jaws.
Oh, really?
I was even shouting. He took Crushing Jaws, and I can't say anything because I misclicked my 4. I was on Volskaya, and I was playing Sylvanas, and I misclicked. I took Dagger at 4 instead of Merc Queen.
I do that so often. I get into the habit of, like, all the other maps don't really need Merc Queen unless you're on, like, Hanamura or maybe Towers of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just get in the habit of, like, insta-locking in my level 4 and then going, shit, I needed a Merc Queen.
Yeah, I took a look at the turret. I was like, why is this thing not swole? And I was like, oh no, I took daggers.
Oops.
Oh, I'm bad. That's it. Remake. Just will forfeit this one.
All right. Does seem like teams are just getting themselves sorted in this lobby. Still waiting for the readies. What do you think we're going to be seeing drafted here? What bands are going to come out? What do you think, Daxx?
So I'm taking a look here at most played. Again, I don't know. This is going to be hard because they could let the Artanis through on Unaleska. I mean, Swap City is a thing, but his wave clear isn't that great on this particular map. The KAEL'THAS is something that it's a 4-man rotation. Coffee could get the stacks here. I think we're going to see the same 2 bands there right off the top. It could be something a little bit different from, like I said, the Artanis. They may sway away from that. I'm trying to see here, maybe a Zul play.
I think if Artanis is left up, there's no way UuuuuuuU doesn't take it. I mean, like, Tomb, then she goes amateur opponent at level 1. I know that she's not a fan of Protector of Ire, so it clears out the spiders in the bottom lane pretty easily when you have amateur opponent on Artanis. It's not the worst thing. Artanis wave clear is subpar, but I think that she's going to only have to deal with one lane, sorry. while the rest of her team does the rotation mid-top and doesn't have to worry about doing any double soak things. So I think if you're going to take an Artanis, it's not a terrible map to take it on. And I think especially with Yuna being such a strong Artanis player, it doesn't really matter what map it is. She's going to be pretty dominant on it.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is one of those maps, Volskaya, even BOE, where BOE is a good Artanis map, but just where Imperius can make a good impact because you don't have to necessarily win the lane, and most of your wave clear is going to be in the 4-man, getting that double lane, like you said.
All right, let's see how this draft plays out, Daxx. Here we are, second game of the evening on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Lurk Patrol up 1 right now in this series.
Yeah, absolutely here, and we are on the clock here. First ban going to come out from the side of UuuuuuuuuU here. Could be the ETC. Did get the the armor nerf. He did get to see the other nerf onto Encore, but just still really good at disrupting the rotations here. I'm going to get slides and picks onto UuuuuuuuU here. So maybe an ETC ban.
I'm wondering if on such a smaller map, UuuuuuuU is going to have a bit easier of a time keeping track of those rotations, because they were getting picked off a lot in the early game of game number 1, but it's a much bigger map to lose track of where people are going. So maybe with it being a little bit smaller map, a little bit less macro play in terms of camps, they'll be able to kind of keep up with the XP that Lurk Patrol managed to find a lead in game number 1.
Yeah, I don't question their team fight ability at all. I think they really shined in that department. They were able to win fights down levels. But early in the early game, they got the pick onto that Bright Wing, and then just kind of from that point, it kind of snowballed. There were the rotations kind of got off there a little bit. So like you said, smaller map, and I think they'll have an easier time, and especially getting rid of that ETC. And then UuuuuuuU taking away 2 solid heroes. I mean, that have been played. Sorry, Lucio, Ektar, and Lucio, 100% win rate this season. Every time he touches that hero, they win the game. And as well as Nate on the ETC, 85%. They won last game. So
I think they'll prioritize the diva again.
I
feel like they should be putting Big Bird onto his Hanzo or something that he's a little bit a little more carry on.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, this necessarily isn't like a diva map, right? Like they put her in the what are they gonna do? Put her in the 4-man. I guess they can hold it off in the bot lane, but
I mean, the diva can actually catch soak for her team in mid because she has those boosters to get her in between the lanes fast enough. They are gonna steal away the KAEL'THAS though, and I feel like this is maybe not necessarily a pick that they play because it's their go-to pick, but also a pick to just deny that from Unalesca. They've now banned out the Artanis, KAEL'THAS banned out, so I'm interested to see what we're going to see Yuna on. I know that she's played some Thrall, some Sonya,
So it begins.
Cassia, I believe, and I know that she's been looking to pick up some other solo laners, so maybe we'll see her in something we're not too familiar with her playing tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I was thinking maybe in the back of my mind, I know she plays a really good Kerosene, but we're going to see Slexia pick up the old man himself. With the Garrosh, we're going to see a pick comp coming out here from Pang, trying to catch anybody in those rotations between mid and bot. But Gunny, 15 games played this season. KAEL'THAS, 60% win rate. So KAEL'THAS is his most played hero. But we're going to see the Greymane ban. Does Coffee play Greymane, or would that be towards the
Yeah, he does. No, Coffee does play a pretty mean Greymane, so that definitely is target ban onto him.
So potentially, now Hanzo's going to have to be all the wave clear because Decker doesn't have any and Garrosh doesn't have any. I know he does play a decent Alarak, but I
wonder if they just go for the Imperius ban again, because if that was a ban onto a member, it's going to be the Stukov. Okay.
Yeah, I do not blame them at all for that. I mean, it's especially, Stukov, do you think you're going to try and get a set up here, and then just all of a sudden just that silence is underneath your feet, and then you just find yourself out of position.
I think it would be really fun to see Yuna take a Kerosene and do a double healer comp here. I think Kerosene can kind of clear out the bottom lane pretty decently and catch soak there and maybe bring some fun things.
Okay,
Wow,
so there
it
is the
really feels
Imperious.
like Lurk Patrol is just like, we're going to play all your picks. Because we know that Pang plays the Joanna. We know that Coffee is a big Alarak player, plays a ton of Alarak, and any other like combo heroes as well. KTZ, Kerrigan, but she's banned right now. And so they're just denying. Like, they're just denying, banning, and any pick that they take is a pick that also UuuuuuuuuU plays.
Okay, I do like the Tassadar pickup here, so it's going to be a flip into the wall. Just a ton of poke coming out from the Hanzo. You know, not necessarily a whole lot of dive. Going to be able to, you know, get onto Coffee here. Maybe the Imperious Q or the pull from the Alarak there. But here come the Uther, solo Uther. Here we go. And I am looking for a wonderful match here.
Man, Lurk Patrol is just, you know, not giving an inch to UuuuuuuuU tonight. Really just denying them anything that's in their pool that they can. Banning out target bans the entire time onto specific people and putting them onto heroes we don't get to see them play too often.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here at HOTS logs, and yeah, just Uther still 55% win rate, still the highest in the last two patches. Highest win rate healer. But I will say the poke from Tassadar and Hanzo could be a lot to deal with if Lurk Patrol can't get that immediate pick to sway the team fights, you know, in their favor. That, you know, Ektar might find himself, you know, on full cooldown.
Yeah, you know, here's the scary thing is anytime that Imperious lands a Q stun, there's just so much follow-up damage that you're almost guaranteed getting picked off. It doesn't matter if you're the tank or if you're the squishiest person on the side of UuuuuuuU, you're probably going to go down here. And you have like the Q stun followed up by Alarak damage, the KAEL'THAS gravity lapse, like Joanna condemn, Uther stun. Like, you're just going to be stun locked for so long and there's no way you survive.
Yeah, as long as now I will say, you know, they got the Hanzo arrow, you know, possibly a black hole from Coffee to stay a while and listen from the Decker. So they have a lot of disengage potential, but they need to be quick on it because, like you said, it's going to be a quick 1-2 from a bush and someone that was just removed from the game.
Well, let's get into this. Game number 2, this best of 3 series. UuuuuuuU on the left-hand side, Pang playing the Garrosh, Untitled on the variant, Coffee on Tassadar, Slexia on the Deckard, and Big Bird playing Hanzo.
All right, and on the right side, looking to get the 2-0 domination is Lurk Patrol. Ektar on the Uther, Ace on the Alarak, Nate on the Johanna, Gunny on that KAEL'THAS, and Harnock on Stab Daddy.
All right, and this is just going to be the teams going into their four-man rotation here. Varian matching the Imperious in the bottom lane.
Now, I would love to see the big brain play from Untitled here to go Colossal Smash against, you know, all of the armor and the shield, the Shattering Throw.
We're already seeing these rotations again. They are all over this. As soon as somebody is in a lane by themselves, they call a rotation and try to go for the gank here. They do not find it this time, leaving that rotation between mid and top down a couple players here. It does look like there's a call to go for this siege camp in the bottom. Ektar and Harnock and Ace all getting onto this right now. But there is a rotation coming out from the side of UuuuuuuU. All 5 members about to invade this bottom camp. Let's see if they can make it play out in favor for them here. Pang is stepping up, looking to get that toss. The Unstoppables pop by Uther. They do manage to zone them out, though, so there is a chance this camp's going to go over inside of UuuuuuuU, but they're losing soak for it. Look at mid right here. It's crashing. Nobody's grabbing the wave here. Pang starting the rotation up there to try and catch some of the XP globes from the minions, but missed a good half of the wave there.
Yep, and now, you know, like I said, because of it, you did get the camp, but they're going to be able to clear that fairly well. They're going to need KAEL'THAS down there. I mean, he is their entire wave clear on this side. But, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, clearing waves fast when the entire enemy team is dead.
What they need to do just to catch up a little bit on that XP they missed is clear this top lane, let Pang sit on the right-hand side of the map, and stop the rotation from Lurk Patrol to deny them those XP globes. Unfortunately, it looked like that's what he was going to try to do, but he didn't get that stun onto KAEL'THAS. So he is going to be able to catch the XP globes off that minion wave crashing top right now. Meanwhile, Lurk Patrol picking up their bruiser camp here, so that's pushing up mid for UuuuuuuU to have to clean up.
Yeah, and Gunny just doing a great job forcing the issue here, pushing this up into the wall. Peng is, doing the best he can. Not on Johanna this time, but did get picked away, so he's going to get stunned. He's going to get gravity lapsed. The bomb is going to come out onto him, and he is going to be okay. Has that great armor. He's going to, the old yeet, the old spell boy towards the wall to maybe try and get some extra damage on that from the tower shot there.
Look at all the quest talents at level 1 picked by UuuuuuuuU. Every single one of them having a questing talent to finish up. So I guess they're scaling.
Yeah, they want to scale. They want it to go to the late game here. But we're going to see the slow combo coming out from everybody there. But Peng just doing a great job living those rubies. Going to top him off there as well. So, the gank was unsuccessful.
Look at Yuna managing to take down a tower in the bottom lane as well, while the rest of the team did the rotation onto her 4-man. And then even kind of backing out down below so she didn't get caught on the way out.
You will see us all in the chat. We do get the twin blades there in there. If you didn't get the peek at him carrying both swords instead of the big old sword. But FPS Nate gonna get the back there. He is holding 25 gens, a major piece of the turn in here for the side of Lurk Patrol, but 7's right around the corner here for them as well. They can press the advantage and maybe try and get first turn in here.
Yeah, both teams have turn-in up and available. You do see that toss going out onto the Alarak, who tries to shove himself out of there, but it's not going to work out. He tries to pop the Unstoppable, but ultimately is going to get picked off by the Decker. And that's first blood, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes into the game on the Alarak in favor of UuuuuuuU.
Yeah, great body blocks by Peng there, putting himself in position and throwing that Alarak in between himself and the corner part of that wall there. As we see KAEL'THAS cleaning up this mid here a little bit as we see Etar getting tossed.
Peng once again trying to get those body blocks off, but the gravity labs from KAEL'THAS making enough space for Ektar to be able to back out here. Those potions laying around, ready for Peng to drink if he needs them, but he's just going to sit over here and continue to look for those tosses and defend the turn-in. Castellar needs to be a bit careful, a little overextended in the top lane with the members of Lurk Patrol lurking around.
And taking a peek here at the bot lane, we're going to see HANZO getting some vision on that turn in. Harnock is not there. UuuuuuuuuuU just, going to be able to get the tap here, top herself off. We're going to see 2 rotate down here to get the turn in, and we will see possibly, let's see here, because we do have Johanna with 37 gems, about to be 40, if she can grab these ones here.
Back to kind of what you were saying earlier about the variant pickup, it's not the worst pickup. If you have the Johanna, that's always going to have shields on her trait to be popped, but as well as if Imperius goes angelic armaments, he's going to have those shields as well that can be shredded pretty quickly at level 13. This is going to be the turn-in though for Lurk Patrol.
Yeah, she did opt for probably the Twin Blades to get some more damage, that self-sustain there a little bit, but yeah, so like I said, Shattering Throw is still a talent. I take that, if I am on variant, I take that almost 100% of the time into Johanna there, but with this team comp here, we may see the old gank all Wrath of the Angiras from Imperius here.
So here's the nice thing, level 10s are not quite online for Lurk Patrol here, so they get to defend this equal talent tier. It does look like they're going to pressure this top wave, or top lane. That's the usual lane to go to here. Open that up for a boss later on in the game. Oh yeah, KT shields as well, because he did go globes at level 1. You're right. So the spider in top lane getting cleared out, but level 10s are online now for the side of Lurk Patrol if they want to try and force something here.
Yep, we will see angelic armaments there. We will see the Phoenix getting picked up. Blessed Shield, the Counter Strike, and Divine Shield instead of Divine Storm. So, anyone that does get tossed, Uther's going to be able to save in an instant.
UuuuuuuU not too far behind here. They're about to hit their level 10s and they still have turn-in. Need to be a bit careful that they don't get picked off before they get those level 10s. We have the stun coming out from the Imperius. He is tossed into the back line with UuuuuuuU. Focus is on him now. He's going to get the Uther ult to save him here, as well as his own ult being popped in that fight. So 2 ults down on the side of Lurk Patrol now. UuuuuuuU looking pretty good right now. They're just missing that Decker Kane Lornado, but other than that, all their ults are up and available. Big Bird's gonna get stunned here, gets dropped out, pops the Unstoppable, gets thrown out by the Garrosh, manages to survive. What a beautiful play by Peng.
Yeah, not bad. Like you said, only trading like a 30-second cooldown for a really long one on Divine Shield. I don't even know what the cooldown is. 90 seconds as well as armaments on him here 70 seconds. So it's a fair trade. No deaths here. Still have turn in. They didn't get picked. We gotta watch out for the second back-to-back turn in favor of Lurk Patrol here as they're looking to do the same thing. Top lane is still pretty pushed out. The second juicy wave is about to push here, so we may see the fort down go passively. But Pang, quick draw McGraw on these rotations here. He's gonna try and get the turn in for his team here.
You know, I'm a little curious as to what the thoughts are in taking the Lornado here. I do feel like a lot of players on the side of Lurk Patrol are literally looking to just walk straight up into melee range of UuuuuuuuuU, and that a Stay a While and Listen would catch a lot of members here and save a lot of lives.
Yeah, that could be the thought process. It is that same reason going to be able to disengage them, or if not, get them out of position, maybe pull them forward a little bit and into that Garrosh stun and wall.
Garrosh finishing off his level 1 quest there with that 3-man stun on his Q. It does look like he's sticking to this Joanna, looking to throw her once the Unstoppable gets popped, but he's going to get knocked back by the Alarak. They are going for the siege into top lane here. KAEL'THAS and Imperius cleaning up the mid and bottom lanes. So this is a 3v4 in the top lane for now.
Yep, like you said, so that will be 2 out of the 5 level 1 quests done for UuuuuuuuU here. But Coffee doing a fantastic job on those Tassadar stacks, well on his way, 125 there. We're going to see 5 stacks for select. We're going to see the arrow going to come out, not be able to hit the invulnerable Ektar. We're going to see the Blessed Shield come out as well. Ping getting off, he goes. Imperius Spear going to come out. Big Bird in a little trouble, but he is going to use his trade to leave out of there. But FPS Nate is on the chase. Great task wall there, but is unfortunately able to save Big Bird there, and down go the gems and the turn in.
Yeah, UuuuuuuuU has 37 gems on herself, and she's going to get picked off here as well. So that's a ton of gems lost for the side of UuuuuuuU. We do have some BM coming out from Lurk Patrol, taunting underneath the fort of UuuuuuuU in the top lane.
They will get a stern letter in the mail coming up here soon, but they will go for the boss here and that turn in.
All members of UuuuuuuU back up now, though. They do want to go try and look to contest this boss, and I mean, right now they don't have the tank. They're tanking all this damage. Joanna's already quite low, so this might work out in favor of them. Do have that Decker Root connecting the Lornado, pushing him out. The taunt being connected onto the Imperius. Are looking to get the kill onto him. They do find that there. 1 for 1 so far in this fight. Gummy getting quite low here. Gonna get caught in this Decker. Pops the Unstoppable. Is walking away. They don't manage to find the kill here. Pang needs to be a bit careful. I think they're going to give this boss over, but Pang's quite low if they do choose to, tap and re-engage.
Yep, they will get the boss here. They're going to trade boss for the turn-in here. Great invade there by UuuuuuuU. And what a weird combination there between the throw and the stay a while and listen. Imperius kind of got stuck in the air, bouncing all around, and kind of threw him back. It was really strange, but
I don't know how KAEL'THAS managed to live there. They had him in such a good position, and he just managed to pop his Unstoppable, his shields, everything, and barely survive, but he did it.
Yeah, because Divine Shield's still up, so I am not too sure. Maybe the shielding kind of kept him alive there right at the tail end.
We're going to clear out this middle spider first, sitting here. The top spider still pushed forward a little bit as the wave was pushed in by UuuuuuuU. So they get that mid spider cleared up. Variant in the bottom, clearing up the bottom one, and there's going to be a rotation to the top here in just a moment. This fort looking a little bit in danger of falling here, as it already is below half health. Pang stepping up, looking for that throw, but we are going to see this fort fall in just a moment here.
Yep, absolutely. Not too bad of a defense. Only going to lose 1 fort there. They do see, let's go down in the bottom as they press forward with 5. We're going to see everything getting dumped onto Pang there, and he is going to live. Great job by Pang there. Is he still going to live? Has all of that armor, has the path readily available. Out comes Angelic Armaments. Out comes Phoenix as well as they press forward onto this keep wall, but the big old Web Weaver does get dropped there. Great defense on the side of UuuuuuuU there.
All of the ults down now for the side of Lurk Patrol if they want to try and force something here, but Variant's still sitting in that bottom lane, so they are down a member. I would like to see them force something. Level 16s are going to be hit first for Lurk Patrol, so if they want to take a fight, they need to do it really soon. You have a lot of members already chunked on the side of Lurk Patrol. This feels like a great opportunity to go for it.
Yeah, and you know, I thought I saw let's get down on that camp. Maybe she was just peeking at it there, but she is going to back. They're going to opt for their bruisers here to try and get some lanes pushed out as well. 10 spider butts away for the turn in, and we will see 25 spider butts needed for Lurk Patrol.
We do see Lurk Patrol hit that level 16 now. Everyone who's grabbing their talents here. KAEL'THAS did go for that ignite at level 16, meaning that living bomb is going to be applied to people who stand in those flame strikes.
That is the silver killer, is what I call that talent.
Yeah, unfortunately, UuuuuuuuuU not forcing that fight pre-16 means they have to catch up here before they can do anything like try to contest turn-ins. Need to be a bit careful. They almost have that level 16. As long as they can hold out here, they can go for that fight on equal talent tiers. They have the turn-in themselves. Lurk Patrol doesn't right now. So they just need to play this a little bit slow, let the XP come to them, and then look to fight.
Yep, absolutely. I have faith in that reverse sweep here for UuuuuuuuU. Ace is going to try and get a little bit of vision there. Pang's going to step into that bush. So, good job on Ace on getting out of there, not getting thrown into Team UuuuuuuU there. But, Harnock showing on the vision wave. We might see rotation down here, but FPS Nate is not done. Ping's coming out for Pang, but FPS Nate taking every single one of those scatter arrows. Toss coming out onto Harnock. The stun going to come out onto the garage. The gravity lapse is going to come out. Out comes Lord NATO, as well as the HANZO arrow and the Phoenix.
Oh no!
Coming out.
HANZO is just getting wrecked there. Goes down. The Uther ult being popped. They do find a second pick onto the Varian now. Pang getting really low. Does pop it, walk into those Deckard potions. Look how many potions are sitting around here. If they were to keep that fight up around the turn-in point. It was all set up for
Pang is going to live forever. Slex is coming to top him off. Coffee is going to, in the bottom, going to be able to get out of Alarac's grasp there. I'm not sure what happened there, as we are still looking at Pang.
Oh, he's got to get to these rubies before they disappear, but no, just bodied out of there. Crushinator, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic stream. So now Lurk Patrol sitting, yeah. And that's what they're going to do here. They're going to drop in that turn-in. Boss is up in another 40 seconds here, so that's something next team fight winners will try to look to grab here as well. But for now, I think Lurk Patrol is just going to look to open up this map. That top wave pushed in pretty far, so this gives them the opportunity to maybe siege down the bot and mid forts here. Although they all are positioning to just run it down top again.
Yeah, that is majority of the time. I think most teams want to just push that boss lane. That is the win condition here. But honestly, they may need it. Their siege damage is a little bit lackluster on the side of Lurk Patrol. So even if they do get a keep here, I mean, they're going to need something, either a Web Weaver or a boss, to get some massive damage onto that core. Because they have a great clear on the side of UuuuuuuU.
Yeah, we do have Tasser. He's finished out his level 1 quest now, and he has a level 16 upgrade doing % damage onto the Joanna, and Imperius is quite big here. He's going to get pulled in by the Alarak, silenced for a moment, but is able to survive here. The sadism on Alarak sitting at 135 right now. So, he does a little bit of damage when you get caught.
Oh, and an amazing HANZO arrow going to come out there. The taunt going to come out from the garage. Everyone is rooted out here. Out comes all of KAEL'THAS' abilities, but not connecting. Uniless is going to get yeeted out of there. Pang is going to escape there as well. We're going to see the counter strike coming out onto Ace. Big Bird just taking all sorts of damage there underneath the tower, but not for long. Here comes the re-engage toss coming out onto them. Here is going to be a 1-for-1 trade, and they are looking for more. Down goes KAEL'THAS.
See, okay, so again, I really feel like Stay a While and Listen would have paired so much better there. They have all of this, like, big CC abilities, the HANZO arrow, the Garrosh taunting into everybody with the stuns on his Q. He's managing to hit, like, 2 or 3 members on the side of Lurk Patrol. And then you have the Deckard root, followed up by a Lornado that's pushing everyone out of the Deckard root. Like, that's not synergizing well together the way she's playing it right now. I feel like they could have got way more picks there if it wasn't Lornado shoving everyone out of the CC that they had set up.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Stay a While and Listen, if they're not woken up, could lead into a good task wall, into a bunch of damage there. But, I'm sure Slex has her reasons. She is a fantastic support player. maybe my guess is probably just maybe trying to disengage on anybody that Lurk Patrol wants to just collapse on. But down 20s, everyone is available for Lurk Patrol here. All their ults are available. We are still down Archon for another 10 seconds here.
Yeah, they need to be extremely careful here. They don't have their level 20s online. Big taunt coming out from the garage. They do get the pick onto the Alarak. Again, Big Bird getting really low here, looking for that heals, but it's not coming out for him. It's going to be a 1-for-1 right now. Pang and UuuuuuuuuuU looking like they're on the retreat now. Pang's taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to throw in the Imperious, though. Potion's getting tossed out, but a little bit too far into the front line of Lurk Patrol for Pang to grab. And now the chase is on for the rest of members of UuuuuuuuU.
Yeah, the Q coming out from Imperious. We're going to see FPS Nate pop that unstoppable. All of those gems lost here. All of those rubies, they're just going to waste. But we're going to see the Siege Giants pushing in the bot lane. The camp middle for UuuuuuuuU is going to go down here, and we will see a rotation up here to the boss. Post level 23 members down for UuuuuuuU here. So this is a keep at least.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dog's playing with her squeaky ball the entire time. Scott just picked it up and is showing me he's going to break the squeaker on it.
Way better than my dog last week, just whimpering nonstop.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he seems to be doing well. It took well to the spay, and I'll be the Bob Barker spay and neuter your pets, please, everyone. Brought to you by this camp. On the side of Lurk Patrol here, as we see maybe the final push here in game number 2.
No turn in here for them to do a boss turn in play, but it does look like they're going to try to push with this, try to get this keep down. This is going to be like their 3rd attempt at going for this keep now. UuuuuuuuU has done a good job defending it so far. Here's a Lornado coming out. It's going to just push back the minion wave for a second and stall that from arriving here, but really not much to get off of that. Pang is kind of on the side here, flank, looking for whatever tosses he can find safely. And there's a ton of Decker potions here for them to fight in this area if they want to stay pushed up for a moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I was Lurk Patrol, I would back off of this. I mean, like I said, the clear is just a fantastic, great drafting by UuuuuuuU here. Just, even if they do lose 1 or 2, Lurk Patrol's going to have a heck of a time. They're going to need a turn-in or a boss to try and end this game. Once it's, really late, team wipe, and they're all hands on deck on that core.
I mean, still a ways of getting turn-in for both these teams. They're kind of sitting close to same number of gems here. Does look like UuuuuuuU is going to drop the gems that they do have, so they don't end up throwing them away in a fight potentially. And now just look to clear out these lanes and stop the pressure that Lurk Patrol has going for them with all the forts and keeps down that they have right now.
Yeah, but like you said, they're gonna need this turn in, and all of their lanes are pushed out, which means they don't get spider butts. They're not gonna be able to easily get turn in, which with on Garrosh, that's the team fight. They want to catch people out of position, to get the picks real quick, and this is. Right here is where UuuuuuuU is going to shine.
Yeah, these camps too also just helping to push in the lane so UuuuuuU can start to get the gems that they need for turn-in, and they did hit it just here, so they have turn-in up and available now. Lurk Patrol still a ways out. Need another 10 more gems. And that's hard for them to get right now. It means that they're going to have to be kind of overextending in these lanes, looking for the gems. Like we see here, KAEL'THAS trying to get those gems in the bottom lane, push them towards those 10 gems they need for the turn-in.
Still down 7. They may rotate top. That might be a little bit. There's maybe 3 or 4 sitting there. We will see FPS Nate going up there. They're going to rotate onto the Bruiser camp here, maybe try and get this pushed out a little bit. As we're going to see members of Lurk Patrol just kind of scouting these turn-ins, make sure they're not going to get nothing turned in behind their back. But the core, we're not hearing it this time. The core's, they'll under attack this time, only hearing it one time. But they're going to just make quick work of these 2 catapults here and rotate here on the mid coffee, just getting some extra free poke damage in here as we see 3 members trying to flank on the side. Pang looking for a quick throw. The stun going to come out onto Imperious, going to get pushed back from the Alarak, and he's actually, a Q for a medallion, not a bad trade.
They are looking to get that turn in now. Only need 6 more gems before they find that. Big Bird getting chunked by the damage popped out by KAEL'THAS there. And this is really whoever wins this next fight, especially if Lurk Patrol manages to find it, likely going to take the game here as they've opened up the map so much on the side of Lurk Patrol. We do have that Archon coming out, the Lornado out as well. Phoenix being
we're going to
popped.
see the zoning all there, but
Yeah.
I will say all quests done by UuuuuuuuuU. You know, getting the pick on that LEORIC last team fight, he is down to 90 sadism. We're going to see the Divine Shield coming out, and that's kind of the team fight that they needed to. Now, we're going to see the flip onto LEORIC. Ace is going to, you know, push himself behind the wall back to freedom. But Coffee did what did he do? He went the Twilight Archon. He's going to be able to, you know, sustain this ult and this shield damage. But, you know, just at this point, Task are just
HANZO
doing so much damage.
HANZO almost getting caught there, jumped over the wall into a stun from Uther, and the condemn came out from Jonah, but he popped his Gladiator's medallion and walked away here. Both of these teams are just doing a fantastic job of using what tools they have to avoid CC. I mean, every time Pang goes for the throw, we see Alarak pushing him back, or we see, you know, Gladiator's medallions being popped, Unstoppables being popped, Uther's ult being popped. It's making it almost impossible for him to isolate a pick here when they're doing such a good job of holding off those cooldowns for when they need them.
All right, and we're going to see the Web Weaver spawn about midway here. You know, they're a little slow on this clear. FPS Nate just trying to get the vision here, see if they're going to rotate, you know, onto Gunny there. But, you know, they will lose health. Bottom is just for long. It's not going to even make it to the keep here as, you know, Uuu turns their sights on this top keep wall.
Yeah, that wall is down. Pang looking for those throws. Look in the back line. We have that Joanna sitting there ready to catch them on the retreat. Throw is out. He's going to land that onto Uther. Look for the stun, but didn't quite connect. Pang getting chunked really fast here. Silence is out onto him as well. Followed up by the Blessed Shield, and he's going to get picked off here. Big Bird getting quite low as well. He's going to get picked as well as it looks like Coffee now stuck in the back line. Unileska falling. Has that Archon popped and is just kind of creating some space for the rest of his team to get out. Unfortunately, the only one left up is going to be the Deckard. And I think this is going to be Lurk Patrol calling core right now.
I don't know. Do they have turn-in? I don't know if they have turn-in. They're going to head right to...
They would have turn-in because they only needed 10 gems before this turn-in, and there's lots of gems sitting on the members of Lurk Patrol right now, but I don't think they're going to bother stopping to do that. They're just going to go straight onto this core here. Here comes the Lornado, trying to kind of push them off a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. We still have, you know, 14 seconds until the tank's back up, another 30 for the whole team to be back up, and this core is falling quite fast. Phoenix comes out from the KAEL'THAS to help siege this down. This is going to be game number 2, going over to Lurk Patrol.
Yep, GG's coming out, and you know, the 2-0 in favor of Lurk Patrol. GG's, well played.
All right, let's take a moment to look at these stats real quick in a second when they pop up, and I'm going to reach out to the captain of Lurk Patrol, see if they want to do an interview. So if you want to jump into NGS with me.
Sure, absolutely. I will meet you there.
Hi. Okay, so we have Gunny and Ace in here. We're just waiting for Daxx. He'll be in a moment, and then we can kick off the interview. But let's just start off by asking, how are you guys feeling after that win?
Pretty good. It was a pretty amazing series.
That second game was tense, yo.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's you play through Tomb, and then you have to make it a boring game, and one mistake means death, so no mistakes, and that's tough, yo.
Let's talk about your drafting. I really got the sense that you have done a lot of scouting on UuuuuuuU tonight. A lot of your bans coming out, target bans, as well as your picks were denials to things that we've seen UuuuuuuU play in the past.
Yep, as the scouter for Lurk Patrol, I have my wonderful program Excel pulled up along with match history on the second monitor, just so I can watch and go, okay, here's what's going to happen in draft. It basically worked out. We saw what they picked first, what they prioritized, what they chose to pick before first ban phase. Basically everything you could possibly do to pull apart a draft and force them into uncomfortable heroes. UuuuuuuuU is an incredibly strong team. Top 3 easily when they can get all their comfort picks. But the draft theory was that if you pull them off comfort picks, it no longer becomes their strong, as strong of a team.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, it worked out for you guys. I think you did a wonderful job drafting here and denying them picks that would have, you know, made them a little easier to pull some games on you guys. Let's talk about those map picks. Tonight you got to pick the first game and the second game map picks. So why Infernal Shrines, and then after that, why Tomb?
Shrines is a very comfortable map for us. We were thinking that we could force them into a more poke versus poke composition, and Shrines is more favorable for that setup. And we theorized that we'd be better in rotation than they were, and Shrines and Tomb, especially Tomb, can punish teams that don't have as crisp of rotations. So if we couldn't get first pick, which is what we wanted, we definitely wanted to pick a map that we were very comfortable on.
Daxx, do you have any questions you want to throw out there?
Yeah, game 2, Ace, on the Alarak. I mean, is that something that you run in this team comp before? To me, it just kind of maybe seemed a little bit out of place. Now, he does able to get the pulls to, you know, follow up on all the other stuns that you do have. Was that just, like you said, a part of that taking cover picks from, you know, Coffee on that Alarak? Or is that something you work in this team comp?
Both. I have taken Alarak before with fairly reasonable success. Not the best hero, but I played Alarak on Tomb against Bronze 6 to shut down a Maiev. And it worked pretty well, so I decided to take it here. And 2, it's a deny pick from Coffee, because we know he's an excellent KAEL'THAS and a strong Alarak. We made sure that Coffee could not single-handedly take the game into his hands and just win team fights automatically, which he is very capable of doing. And 3rd, Big Bird plays an aggressive Hanzo and runs, what did he run that game?
He
did run Scatter build. He has run Redemption build before, which forces you to step up enough where the level 7 Ruthless Moment, range talent that I can't think of immediately on Alarak allows me to pull Hanzo specifically if he's going for auto attack. So if he got greedy for autos, I was able to punish Big Bird several times, and he has a fantastic Hanzo. So wanted to give respect and counters to that.
Wow, just like kudos to you guys for the scouting you've done. You even realize what builds these people are going, not just the heroes they play. So not a lot of, you know, some teams do, but not a lot of teams do the in-depth scouting that you guys have done. So that's really fantastic to see that you guys are like all in on this Div B West thing.
If we have time to prep, we're going to use it. It's kind of been our mentality.
It shows.
How long has your team been playing together?
Since before NGS was a thing.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are practiced.
Yeah, we've had a cohesive group of myself, Gunny, and several others, which have been pretty much unchanging. We've had a total of 9 members for the last 3 years, I believe, starting with Chair League Season 4.
Wow.
All the way through NGS Season 1, all the way up to 10, with only a couple seasons for downtime. Because not burning out is a big thumbs up when you play with the same group of people for 3 years.
Absolutely. Do you have any last questions, Daxx, before we get into shoutouts?
No, I think we hit them all. I mean, just props to you guys' drafting. Congrats on the 2-0 victory. Kind of, you know, seating yourself comfortably in that number 1 spot, maybe for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of watching the 3-2-3 show that Smiley puts on every week, and Div B has always been like, you know, this is the match we need to watch. We got to see how the match plays out between UuuuuuuuU and Lurk Patrol before he moves someone up to that S tier in the B West division. But you guys winning this, I think this has put you in first place, and you're going to end up being now the S tier team in B West. So congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're looking forward to the nice target on our back there, but
yeah, a little bit. when you take them all down in the regular season, teams put in the extra effort to scout harder, practice harder, and play into the postseason. So, looking forward to a lot of these rematches. I know they're going to be very intense, and I'm looking forward to them.
Absolutely. You guys are now the new big bad of Division B. You know, like you said, the scouting's going to come out. These teams are going to probably help each other to see you guys maybe your downfall here coming up.
Well, let's get into those shout outs. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out before we wrap up the interview?
Ace, you want to shout out your Twitch gang?
Go ahead and do yours, your standard, and then I'll follow it up.
Sounds good. All right. So I want to give a big thanks to all the members of Lurk Patrol for coming out tonight, and especially High Def, who wasn't able to play in tonight's match. We just didn't have the right maps for her hero pool. I also want to give a shout outs to my friends in Lawrence who decided to come in and make a lot of noise for us. We really appreciate the support.
Yep.
All right,
And
nice.
a big shout out to the Twitch people that came into the chat, both from Uuuuuuuuuu's stream and especially from some of the streams we're a part of. We really appreciate it. It was really nice being able to see that in chat. So I appreciate every one of you who came out and helped with it.
Yeah.
And especially to you, Pear, for casting.
Oh,
yeah.
no problem. Our
And
pleasure.
Daxx's team for 2-0ing so he could cast this.
No problem. That was I secretly, I don't take any team for granted. I try and put in as much hard work scouting as you guys do. Sometimes it doesn't fall the 2-0 way, but I told Jazzy, I was like, I will do everything in my power to not hold these teams up tonight.
All right, thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much for the interview, guys. Good luck in the rest of this season. I can't wait to see how Div B West plays out. It's probably one of the most exciting ones to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Bye-bye.